Hello everybody, in this video we're going to talk about variables and value. In programming we call them identifiers. You can think about variable and a value as a box that we use to store data. In programming there's a different data type. Every type we use to store a specific type of information. Now let's talk about the difference between variables and values. In variable you can initialize its information and you can reassign this information. On the other hand, in values you can only initialize the information and you can't reassign it. Now let's take an example in IntelliJ. Now that we are in IntelliJ, let's take an example of both variable and value. To define a variable, you need to type the keyword var, followed by the name of your variable. I'm going to choose number 1, and followed by semicolon, the type of your variable. I'm going to choose int. You don't need to worry about that right now. We're going to discuss it in the next videos, followed by the equal sign and the value you need to store in this variable. I'm going to choose 34. On the next line, I'm going to type print ln. The print ln function is going to print what we tell it to print to the standard output, and then it will print a new line. So let's type number 1 and let's run the program. Let's print 34. As we said before, we can reassign the value of variable. So let's hit number 1, followed by equal sign and the new value we want to store in number 1. I'm gonna type 23. Then run the program, wait a few seconds, and the 34 will change to 23 because we reassign the value. You can reassign it endless number of times. Number 1 equal to, I'm gonna type number 1 plus 3. I forgot an E here. In this line, we're gonna take the number 1 value, which is 23. We put it here, and we're gonna add it to 3, which will equal 26. Let's run the program. And as you see, now we have 26. Now let's take an example of value, which keyword is val. Type val, followed by the number of your value. I'm gonna name it number 2, followed by a semicolon and the type of your value. I'm gonna type int. The types of value and variable are the same. There is no difference between them. Followed by equal sign and the number you want to store because we choose int. Then I'm gonna print open parentheses and type number 2, and I'm gonna run the program. The program ran without any error. Now if we try to reassign the value to another number like 33, it will have an error. Why? Because you can't reassign a value. Now if we try to run the program, it will show us an error, val cannot be reassigned. If we change the type to var, which is variable, and run the program, it will run without any problem. So that was for today. I'm going to see you on the next video when we're going to talk about data type.